Okay, hi, this is Renita, and welcome back to Love Smells. I wanted to go back over the breakdown of fragrances that I had talked about a few weeks ago, and please forgive me. I think everybody got a pass in 2020 because for most people, if you stayed and watching the news, it just looked like it was a dumpster fire the entire year. Some people did. A lot of people were impacted. I'm sorry, not some. A lot of people were impacted, either directly or indirectly, as a result of the ripples that have just been plunged onto the earth. I can't say one country in particular because it looked like this was just earth-wide, and so they're sighing and groaning, and a lot of people are feeling pain. So my heart goes out to you, and I just want to say, don't give up. Um, Learn what your rights are, and do the research to just stay happy, healthy, and to just protect yourself. Do not give up and keep fighting, keep pushing on, and look within to find something as far as expanding. Unfortunately, there's a conditioning to be in the rut of just one avenue of thinking. No, you're going to have to grow. So, like I said, look within yourself, give it some deep meditation, and see what you can develop. I'm sorry if this is a weak motivation, but it's really serious for a lot of people out there. And again, my heart goes out to you, and trust me, I am praying for this earth to get the relief that it needs. So, that being said, I want to transition into something of a lighter note that is of my passion, which is fragrances, as it's called Love Smells. And I wanted to just give a little brief description as far as what, or try to put everything in a nutshell, because perfumery, and fragrances, this is a wibbly wobbly thing, if you're familiar with Doctor Who, of art and science, and then between the extraction and the production and the assembling of it, and finding good ingredients that are not going to be harmful but that can still give the fragrance the longevity, it is a challenge. So bear with me for a moment. Sorry about that. It got real cold real quick in this room, so I just have some hot water that I'm sipping. Or that's what I'm going to tell you. So, fragrance, as we know, that is ancient. It goes back to Egypt. It's in the Bible. It's in India. It's in Africa. And I mean, there are traditional methods that go back as far as how they have made those up. And I am looking at my notes, and so bear with me that I'm not always looking directly into the lens. And let's see, specific or specified preparations of the ingredients that were commonly used in religious practices. And then while there were other preparations that were reserved for those that were well to do and that could afford to wear it. So, and even as today, it's still utilized to entice people. So, the opposite sex or whatever. So that is one of the things that we could appreciate about fragrance, and that being the quick history. I don't want to bog you down with a lot of details because, like I was saying, it's a science and it's an art in itself. And I'm sorry that the lens may be bouncing a bit. And so most of the combinations, it could be a host of odes, sandalwood, amber, gums, frankincense, myrrh, flowers, herbs, and different sources, even different assortments of spices as well. And so there were also some animal derivatives, but fortunately there are some ethics running around out there to protect the animals, like sperm whales. And I want to say I can't think of any animals off the top of my head that would produce a musk, but I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with some. All right, with that being said about the perfume industry, I just want to brush on the elemental compositions and just try to keep it as concise as possible. So let's go ahead and get into it after 5 minutes. There you go. All right, so the word perfume is of a Latin origin where per means through and fumum means smoke. And so fragrances are ideally a pyramid in premise, where they're usually 3 layers, and the top layer is going to be what they call the high note. The middle is going to be the heart or the middle, and then your base note is also known as the, what is it? The bottom layer. And so the top note is the one that they say would tend to wear off the most or the quickest. The middle note is the heart, and that tends to come through, but the base note is the one that lingers the longest, if that makes sense. I hope so. So there are also classifications of fragrances, and that can run from citrus, woodsy, sweet, oriental, green, or floral. And then if you also think about where they are categorized based on the note that seems to be the most prominent in combination with the other ones. But the beautiful thing about fragrances is that all of those different classifications, or whatever is combined to make those to put it in that category, it's also interchangeable. And this again is where art and science, they are interlinked, or basically interchangeable when it comes to perfume, because not only does it have to deal with just the basic molecules of those ingredients being put together, but it's also how it's perceived. And as we know, with everybody's perception of a fragrance is different. So that is also the other beauty of it, and the chemistry of that person that's wearing it. That is the other variable as far as how it can come across to smell and be worn. So then, where we have the classifications of them, and then you have those notes. And I wanted to touch on one of mine that is a favorite in that particular description. And this is, please be there. And this particular fragrance is my favorite. I keep one of my favorites, but this is the one that I do keep on my bed. And it's by Narcisco Rodriguez, and it's For Her. And the notes on this are, the top notes are rose peach. The middle notes are musk, orange, osmanthus, and amber. And the base notes are vanilla, amber, amber again, and vetiver. So that's an example of how the notes can be arranged to be top, middle, and bottom. And like I said, they can be interchangeable however you want to arrange it. And let's see. Oh, no, that was it for the notes there. And it's not easily known if the ingredients are natural or synthetic, and don't be surprised if they are synthetic. And of course, you know, for proprietary purposes, they're not going to disclose that. Then you also have the other ingredients that, I mean, we're talking about thousands of other ingredients that are going to be combined with the perfume oils that from the base alcohols, sometimes vodka, because I can smell vodka. It's just my gift. And where it could be other ingredients that's going to allow for projection of the fragrance and the longevity of the fragrance as well. And that's how you're going to get the result of your perfume, depending on the ingredients of it. And so then once you get them together, they're going to be 5 terms as far as, I guess you can say, the levels of the perfume. And they're always in French. I don't know how they cornered that. But you're going to have your parfum, the eau de parfum, the eau de toilette, eau de cologne, or cologne. And so, I'm sorry, 4. And then you're also going to have them where they're either female or male. And then there are also unisex. Hermes is really good for creating a lot of unisex fragrances. Tom Ford does have a few of his own. I want to say Calvin Klein has one that I am aware of. Don't remember the name off the top of my head. And there was another one that also came to mind that they have some unisex fragrances. But Yeah, so that's just skimming the surface about fragrances because it is a deep, deep science. And again, because between the receptors in the nose and how everybody perceives perfumes differently to the vast sources of fragrances that you can put together, as far as your essences of the spice, the woods, gums, flowers, fruits, it can come together and it's just a beautiful thing. So I hope that you found this informative. Is that the word that I'm looking for? Informational. Let's try that word. I think it's a word. But I hope this helped just to give you an idea of what it takes to, or start to take. Let me try that again. I hope that this was informative to give you an idea of what it can take to make a fragrance. It's not an easy undertaking, but when they get it right, it's wonderful. So, share below, please, what is a fragrance that you love and one that you cannot stand. I do have some, and I'm going to share one with you right off the top of my head, and that is, if I think I put this in the last video, and I want to say it was white shoulders, and my mother wore that and she loved it. I hated it. So that's where I am now. But yeah, share below what are some of your fragrances and what are some of your fragrance endeavors, like ones that you would love to get, because they can be expensive. Yeah. But until the next time, please come back and see me here at Love Smells, and take care.